on Divorce Court today. Krishana and Carlton met online, dated for a year, then got married. The first 2 days of their marriage was great, but when Krishana had an affair with her ex on the 3rd day, well, trouble began. Krishana McLean Boyce and Carlton Boyce have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toller to resolve. Testimony in Divorce Court starts now.
Ms. McLean Boyce, you're looking to get a divorce from your husband. You want transitional support and the like. But you say your primary problem is that he's insecure and jealous. However, you admit to cheating on him 3 days after you got married and carrying on an affair for 6 months. Do you understand why he's insecure and jealous?
Yes, I do.
How does one end up cheating on their husband after only 72 hours of marriage?
Well, we separated before we got married for a couple months. I met a guy. We were dating. We got together. And then me and my husband decided to get back together. So at that time, I had a choice to make between the guy and my husband. I chose my husband. He wanted to get married. So we went to the courthouse. We got married.
Right.
And then I felt like I made a mistake. Or I don't know if I wasn't ready or what, but I went back to the guy that I was dating. And we kind of ran away to Ocean City. And I realized again that I wanted my husband. So I came back, apologized, and went back to my husband.
Did he take you back right away?
Yes, he did. He told me that it was going to take a little while for him to get over it. But if I, would be faithful and show him that I could be faithful, that he would take me back.
Mr. Boyce, you have to be an extraordinarily confident man in order to do that. Do you feel like you're confident, or you just feel like, I don't know. What do you feel?
Honestly, a little confused. I'm confident, but yet, because of the instances, I'm really not even sure. And as far as taking her back, there was some stipulations I had put out there.
What were the stipulations?
I wanted her, I wanted access to phone information. I wanted her to work with me on ways that I could, get over the cheating, to know that she was over with it. I wanted her to cut, I wanted her to cut the guy off.
Clearly. She's your wife. She got to cut the other dude off. No doubt about it. 100%. No doubt about it. Now, did you agree to those stipulations?
Yeah.
Did you think they were unreasonable at all?
No.
But you say in your petition that he plays you too close, that he's too restrictive on you. Why? How is that? What is he doing beyond those stipulations which you agreed to and which are understandable, that you find unreasonable?
I agreed to it, but I didn't think it would be this long. Like, I feel like I've proven that I'm faithful to him.
How long has it been? How long have you been married?
We've been married a year.
1 year. But the first 6 months of it, you were sleeping with somebody else.
Yeah.
So he took you...
It wasn't full 6 months. I'm sorry.
Wasn't the full... How long was it?
Because I was messing with the guy before we got married. And then I went back to him after we got married.
So how long were you back with him after you got married?
Probably about a month, maybe 2.
So you think that since you've been 10 months affair-free, he needs to just be cool and get over it?
No, but it's like really extreme.
Give me an example.
I went out with some friends, and I went to the bathroom. I asked her to hold my phone. I come back from the bathroom. I have 15 missed calls. I call him back. He's like, "Where are you?" "I'm at the store." He's like, "Well, why don't I hear anybody? It's too quiet for you to be at the store." "What do you want me to say?" "I'm in the line at the store." "Well, who's that guy voice in the background?" "What are you talking about? It's just me and my friends." So I hung up on him. He called and called and called, and it's like that anywhere I go.
Are you calling her a lot when she goes out?
Yes, I do, Jan. I can't. I feel like I'm at a point I don't know if I could trust her or not.
Has she done anything? Not that what she did, it was a flagrant foul that most men would not have forgiven her for. So I am not being accusatory at all. But has your insecurity taken over your whole relationship with her, so you do have to call her 15 times when she's out? Has it become a thing on its own?
Yes. Yes, I think so, Your Honor. I just, whenever she tells me anything, in my mind, automatically it's a lie. It's kind of like she's just talking.
Yeah. Do you regret the affair, Ms. Boyce?
Yes.
Did you tell him that you regretted the affair? Were you honest and heartfelt? 'Cause to me, and I don't know, you just may be in here as Corey, you just kind of cool. Yeah, I married him, wasn't sure, so I went off with this other guy. Kind of wasn't like, I would be like crushed and embarrassed. But maybe it's just we're in an official setting, but you seem so matter of fact about it.
I'm just not the type that's just like, I'm not really emotional. I don't know how to be emotional. I don't cry when we get into things, and I think that's why he feel like I don't care. But I really do care. I really do love my husband, but I'm just so tired of like not being able to go anywhere and him looking over my shoulders. I can't have any friends, even female friends. I can't even have female friends because he feels like, because he doesn't want any friends, I'm not supposed to have friends.
Okay. Well, my understanding, Mr. Boyce, is that she does go out a lot anyway. That she goes out clubbing. How often?
Sometimes 2, 3, maybe 4 nights a week. It's never usually 4, but there has been
Do you go out
instances.
clubbing 2 or 3 nights a week?
Sometimes.
How is it you're not going anywhere if you're going to the clubs two nights a
Because
week?
I say whatever and I go anyway. When I get to the point where I just need to get away from him for a little while, I just take my car keys and I go.
Even though he's not comfortable with it?
Yes.
Is he always not comfortable with it?
Yes. But sometimes he'll let me go. But he's never comfortable with it.
Especially when she comes home 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Do you do that?
Sometimes.
Holy cow, Mrs. Boyce.
Next, while trust is a big issue for this couple, are money troubles tearing them apart? Can they even agree on what spending is really frivolous? If the ink on your marriage license is barely dry, but you're ready to call it quits, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real problems, real solutions. Divorce Court continues.
Mr. Boyce, I've been chipping away at this iceberg over here for a minute, and I'm not getting anywhere. So I'm going to go to you and ask you, given what seems to be her really self-involved nature, I mean, what keeps you there? What made you forgive her?
I felt like we clicked on every level. She was a very positive woman.
How did you meet? Where did you meet?
We actually met on Facebook. And we knew each other for a while before we actually started talking, before we started to get the dating process.
Messaging through Facebook
Yes.
and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff. And when you finally met her, what happened?
I met her at a church picnic, and we just clicked. Everything.
Did you
We
invite
had a
her
lot
to
of stuff in
church, or
common.
did she invite you to church?
She invited me to a church picnic.
Okay. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Is it a black church? Predominantly black church?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love it when it, a white, no, but it's not a bad thing. But I know at my church, and then this white guy comes in here and he's like, it's a whole, you know what I mean? It's
I know
not.
what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I brought a white girlfriend once with me. She says, really? You can talk back while he's talking? Yeah, we do it all the time. We do it all the time. Because I'm Catholic, we don't say anything. It is like, you're talking to him. But anyway, Mr. Boy, did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Yes. It actually, it was a turning point in my life.
Yeah. Now, how long after you initially met her did you decide to, she was the one for you?
I felt she was the one after 2 or 3 months, but I didn't ask her to. About a year.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Boyce, I like myself some you. You don't say much, but you seem to be a very nice, kind, forgiving guy, Okay. Okay, let's talk about money. You say you claim that you both have issues with money. Explain that to me.
We both do have issues with money, but he annoys me a lot because I'll say I want to buy something and he'll be like, no, we need to save money for this and that, and I'm like, okay, and then he'll go blow it on a McDonald's meal or something.
When you say he blows it on something frivolous, if you go to McDonald's, you're not really blowing money. I mean, it's not like he's buying rims or something.
Right.
It's a meal, and it's not.
If we have like $500 worth of food in the fridge, then it's blowing it, I think.
Well, what kind of things do you say she blows her money on?
Boy, shoes, clothes.
See the difference between the two?
I mean,
Do you really?
but when she goes to get clothes or shoes, she'll get it for that day. She'll plan on going out. She'll go out and get an outfit for that day. And,
Do you do that?
Sometimes.
Okay. All right.
When divorce court continues, how was marriage counseling wasted on this couple? And what extraordinary gesture did Krishana make to save the marriage?
Do you believe that Carlton can honestly forgive Krishana for the affair she started 3 days after their wedding? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Despite the fact that we're in divorce court, Mr. Boyce, it does not sound like you're done. I mean, you still love her, don't you?
I still love her, and I still want to work on it.
And you still want to work on it. Yeah. I understand, though, that you went to counseling about this particular issue, yes. And she wants that money back because she said it was wasted. Did you think the counseling money was wasted?
Yes.
Why?
Because he would be too tired. I'm too tired for work. I don't want to go. He'd make excuses for not going. I feel like it's because the therapist, like he tells him mostly, you need to love yourself first. When you get to the point where you can say it's her loss, then, he has a lot of insecurity problems. Mm-hmm. Like he's very clingy. He thinks that I'm supposed to be his friend, his wife, like, which is okay to a certain extent. It's just too much. Do you not have any friends, Mr. Boyce?
Not really.
Are you just self-contained? You're at home?
Yes. But? Before the cheating incident, I felt like I was, I had just got in church, and I felt like I was, being improved. But then, after the cheating incident, it was like back to square one.
Yeah.
So that incident just set me back.
Yeah.
And,
have you done anything extraordinary, Mrs. Boyce, to reinforce or reinsure a husband who's been through a lot?
It's not extraordinary what I did, but for me, it's extraordinary because at first, I would not let him touch my phone. I wouldn't let him get the password to my Facebook. I felt like, I don't look at your stuff, don't look at mine. I'm not doing anything. After I cheated on him, I said, you know what? I got to make this right, because that was our main problem with my phone. Every time my phone rang, every time I got a text. So I did have a code on my phone, but I gave him the code. Whenever I walk away, I leave my phone there. You can go into my Facebook, whatever you want to do. But it still wasn't enough.
Did that help? That was a grand gesture.
It helped. But we kept getting setbacks. For the month after we made these, I made these stipulations for the whole phone password and all that stuff. For a month, just the guy kept being involved. So it was like, I felt like no matter what, even with her, she was deleting all her messages from him.
Was the guy still talking to you and all that a month after?
For about a month, yeah.
How'd that happen?
He was trying really hard to get me back. It was like I was just stuck between the two. He's saying he wanted to marry me, divorce him, and it was it was a mess, but at the end, I chose my husband.
But it was a mess that you created, and when you create that kind of mess, you got to clean it up. You get this guy, you done married this man. He took you back after you were sleeping with somebody else. Next time that somebody else gets on the phone, you read him the riot act. You tell him just what time of day it is. You say, I got my man, I'm married. Don't you ring my phone again. I don't want to get any text from you. Don't comply, don't do anything. You continue to do it, I'm going to charge you with stalking and harassment. You get all over him. You do that for him. And now you know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You got to fight for this marriage because you did it so much damage.
Judge Lynn Toller's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toller's ruling right now.
I'm going to let you explain, Ms. Boyce. I'm through fussing at you. So you said your other efforts involved marriage counseling. You tell me how that came about.
I go to counseling twice a week by myself. So I talked to my therapist. I told him if I could switch one of the sessions to marriage counseling, which he agreed to, and my husband was supposed to come. He would come when he wanted to come, not every week like we're supposed to. Some weeks it was problems, babysitter, etc. But it was some times where he just didn't want to go.
He just didn't want to come.
Yeah.
You go to counseling twice a week. You decided to go to counseling. Why?
Because it's a lot of stuff going on with me too that I need to
That you need to deal with.
I know I have problems. I know that I shouldn't be addicted to the nightlife like I am. And it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still bad.
And you think it's a problem.
I know it's a problem.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to see. Because I didn't get it at first, but now I'm starting to get it. Mr. Boyce, do you understand that she does have issues that she's dealing with? And that what most people don't do is say, I have an issue, I need to deal with it. Most people say, you knew who I was when you met me, so there you go. She gets credit for that.
Yes, I see that, but when we first met, she didn't have a nightlife like this. So this ain't what I came into. So
The nightlife is new?
When I met him, I was at a different point in my life. I had just got arrested for 6 months. I was fighting that. I was away from my kids for 6 months. Falsely accused. I mean, everything got dismissed when I went to court, but I was still arrested for 6 months. I feel like that was a timeout from God to tell me, you need to rethink everything. Because I was partying every night, like every night of the week. And when I got home was when I met him. And he was telling me how, he wanted to get into God and everything. So that's where I was in that space. Mm-hmm. I had been home maybe 2-3 weeks when I met him.
I got you. Because that's a big, huge thing to happen to you. Is you go to jail for something that you didn't do. It finally got resolved. You were found not guilty, or the charges were dismissed. But that's a huge thing, away from your kids and all that. I get you now. Listen, here's the deal. You both guys got huge, humongous issues. I don't know where yours come from, but there's something deep that it was happening even before the arrest and all that. There was a whole lot wrong with your life. You're going to church, you're going to counseling, you're white-knuckling it, you're hanging on as best you can, and you're trying to become a better person. You're trying to heal that. You are a good guy, and you've had your hurts and your issues, and your issues and her issues just happen to be the two things that collide more often than not. I'm going to talk about this money that you want. You want $180 for 2 counseling sessions that he missed, that you say he couldn't have missed, and you want $3,630 for transitional support, correct?
Yeah.
You don't want to get divorced, do you?
No.
You don't want to get divorced, do you?
No.
I'm not going to transfer any money to anybody. But what I would say to you, Mr. Boyce, if you do love her, go to counseling with her. She's got issues, you got issues. Two good people with issues, you need to fight the issues and not one another. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I want you to do that because I think she's a good person. At first, I thought she was just a block of ice over there. But I see that's a mask to hide all that hurt. And I know, your hurt is very clear and very easy to see, but it too needs to be worked on. Good luck to both of you. Go to counseling with her. You stay in counseling, and there will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
Krishana and Carlton agree with the judge and are working hard to put their issues in the rear-view mirror. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com. or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter @Divorce Court.